Greetings, programs. This is Wretch. Welcome back to VTM Shadows of New York. And in the last episode, Julia found herself briefly in a very strange kind of shadow netherworld, and then came face to face with Tamika, the gangrel that we saw from the original Coteries of New York game. We had a conversation, and she was willing to help us in the investigation, or have at least with some info regarding Boss Callahan's death, but we needed to do two things. One, we need to get her out of NYC, fairly easy considering Julia's position. And two, we needed to grab a ring that had once belonged to her from Torque, the now Baron of NYC's Anarchs. We went and saw Torque, and we talked to him, and we had an option whether to be brutally honest with him that Tamika didn't love him anymore, or lie through our teeth. And we decided to do the very La Sombra thing, lie through our teeth, and Torque actually believed us and gave us the ring. Now we need to meet Tamika and hopefully figure out what is going on here. I find her already waiting in front of the Jewish Museum. How did it go? She raises her eyebrows as I put the golden ring into her palm. I'm quite surprised, to be honest. I didn't think you'd succeed. Turns out I'm a talented diplomat. From my experience, that usually means a liar. She looks at the ring with a gentle gaze, and then stores it safely in her pocket. Or has he really changed? Who knows? I just met him for the first time in my life. Unlife. Anyway, I've kept my end of the bargain. Of course, it's time I keep mine. Last year, a certain fledgling appeared in the city and attempted to build a coterie. That list you found on Callahan? That's the list they've got. They contacted each of us. They found themselves in deep shit. S.I., Kaiser, Sophie Langley, some shadow players manipulating everything from behind the scenes. Then, they disappeared. Kaiser. That name popping up once again. It can't be a coincidence. No one knows where or why. Doesn't really matter. That happens when you punch way up above your weight. Hope they're doing fine, despite all odds. Well, at least Hope is doing fine. In any case, Torque got involved too. That's how I met him, actually. He got hurt. Didn't want to say how. Claimed it could put anyone who knew in danger. Whatever happened, it gave him the drive and the desire for change. For 2 months, he was a beautiful kindred. Plain and simple. But suddenly, something in him snapped overnight. His tone mellowed out. His actions became timid. His language became more befitting of a political science student than a charismatic leader. I assumed he met someone who made an offer he couldn't refuse, but I had no idea who that was. And then one night I followed him when he went out, and I saw him scheming at the docks with Callahan. When he came back, we had an argument. When he refused to explain himself, I knew I was on my way out. And that was that. I understand. Wish I'd known that earlier. Might have confronted the facts with him and learned something more. He never told me, of all kindred. What makes you think he would have told you? She's got a point, I suppose. Alright. Thank you. Now it's my turn. Here's your way out. I point at the manhole below our feet. Here's a map of the sewers. Follow the route, then burn it. You'll be looking for a one-eyed Nosferatu wearing tactical gear. Tell him I sent you, then give him the agreed-upon amount of money. What kind of route will I be taking, anyway? An armored van full of precious coffins. My man knows how to arrange them to allow for unnoticed extra cargo. Her face darkens. The circulatory system? What did you expect? The rich and powerful always get the blood they want, one way or another. At least tonight, one of their routes will be used for something good. She drops her shoulders in resignation and opens up the manhole cover, so she's going with the food supply. Fine. But remember, if it doesn't work, I'll be back at your doorstep with a vengeance if it's the last thing I do. I'm sure it'll work out fine. Just beware of the giant albino ghoul alligator while you're down there. Tamika rolls her eyes. Sewer ghoul alligator? For your information, it's just a story New York kindred tell the neonates to mess with them while they're still gullible enough to believe anything they hear about their new world. Oh. Well, that makes sense, I suppose. Well, this is a goodbye. If in a few months you hear that the First Light presence in Los Angeles has been decimated, assume that against all odds I'm still unalive and kicking. Well, if you keep killing indiscriminately, you might cross a line of no return, you know. Shouldn't you take it easy for a while? Not until my brothers and sisters in blood stop being slaughtered. I care about what's left of my humanity, but turning a blind eye on kindred in need would be even less human. So that's the kind of person she is, and probably will be, until the very end. It must be comforting in a way, to know how your path will end, yet to follow it all the same. I could never do that. Here's some parting advice for you. We might be monsters, but we were lucky enough to be born into a world that's even more monstrous than we are. If we rebel against it, we might still find salvation. If only I could believe it. Didn't expect the preaching tone. Why are you telling me this? Because I think I have a pretty good nose for people's auras. And when I take a good look at you, I smell a penchant for ruthless opportunism. I smell the possibility that you'll give in to the fear of the dark visions of the future you've conjured in your own head. I smell a controlling anger that might get out of hand if you get a whiff of power. I smell someone who doesn't value the truth much. It's not much, just a hunch, but you seem prone to giving in to the Camarilla's empty promises of safety and their petite bourgeoisie values. I think I should take offense to that. I hope you do. That'd reflect on you well. In any case, whatever happens. See you in your next life, Julia. Safe travels, Tamika. I skipped tonight's visit to the church. I'm not in the mood to see Benoit. I'm still embarrassed about yesterday's outburst. And I'm kind of pissed none of the clan elders in Chicago bothered to reply to any of my fucking reports. No advice, no feedback, nothing. I feel like I was left utterly alone. Besides, it's late. I always get back to the apartment early in the morning, right before it gets bright. It's getting risky to be out here so close to sunrise. Accidents can't happen. I'll try to get back earlier tomorrow night. Attempt to surprise Dakota. Yeah. I'm back. Yay. How was work? All caught up? I managed to get my deadlines postponed. All our clients are canceling and delaying orders left and right. Huh. Does that mean you'll have time to help me with my makeup tomorrow? We'll see. Perfect. Alright. I need to disappear before the sun catches up with me. Hey. Yeah? I love you. Oh. An uneasy silence fills the room. I'm not getting out of this one, am I? Well, I've already come up with one love story tonight. What's another? I love you too. I quickly turn away to avoid looking at her sincere smile and leave to rest. Anarchy and NYC, achievement unlocked. Yeah, that wasn't awkward at all. Okay, well, unfortunately, camera shyness. We'll have to remain shy. We move into day 8. I finally reach Big Beat Burger, hoping to recuperate from all the mental damage accumulated over the past few days. Only to find out the doors are locked and nobody's inside. No. I need to be soothed. I need my routine. You've absolutely got to be kidding me. Closed? What the fuck do you mean closed? I mean, we're in the middle of a pandemic. Everything's closed. Pandemic? What pandemic? Do you live under a fucking rock? It's new SARS virus straight from China. The whole world's going crazy over it. People are dying left and right. Holy shit. I didn't know something like this could still happen in this day and age. Somehow it always felt like we were beyond it. Well, I guess it's lucky I'm dead. I walk away to avoid bringing more attention to myself. Now I understand why NYC feels downright apocalyptic tonight. It's like a psychedelic experience to see these familiar streets empty and abandoned. Well, let's see what parts of the city are still alive in the middle of a plague. A familiar smile. It took just 2 days for the city to go all last man on earth. Probably won't have a better chance to soak in the atmosphere. An aristocratic taste. All this malaise spreading through the boroughs is putting me in a weird mood. Seems like I can't outrun it, so maybe I'll intensify it instead? Smallpox hospital, here I come. Holy crap, okay. Aristocratic taste. The familiar smile seems kind of interesting. Let's, That looks like trouble. Let's do it. If someone asked me right at this moment how to define the meaning of the word eerie, I'd look them straight in the eye and say, just take a look around, you idiot. But with the exception of a few stray dogs, there's no one around to ask. This isn't the New York I've come to know. I can't help but perceive it as artificial? Real, but with an uncanny apocalyptic quality. Like a citywide roleplay of some trashy post-apocalyptic flick. Like I was Will Smith in I Am Legend? Hell, this is probably the first time anyone's thought about I Am Legend in the last 10 years. The film version, anyway. I keep walking the empty streets until suddenly... Hey! Julia! Julia! The streets reveal themselves as less empty than I previously thought. Charlie? Shish, it's been a long time. Julia, why are you so stupid? Wow, that's not the line I'd choose to open a touching reunion with. The last time we met, he was working at Karma Circle, one of those vegan places that pride themselves on hiring workers with disabilities. Went there for the first time 2 years ago or so, with Dakota. Charles here was our waiter. He heard us arguing about something stupid and rushed to Dakota's defense. And in Charlie's mind, the best defense is a merciless offense. He roasted my formal clothes, silly mannerisms, general behavior, and specific arguments so ruthlessly, Dakota had a 10-minute-long laughing fit. The manager overheard him and apologized. But I didn't mind. I've always liked underdogs who can stand their ground. We even became online friends so that we could roast each other on Messenger. And he can do that using emojis alone. People are getting sick. You're irresponsible. I need to take you home. I was just heading there, Charlie. No need to worry about me. But I was worried. You never answer my messages these days. Yeah, that's not exactly an option right now, is it? Especially during the day. If you have to contact me, you need to do it through Dakota. I've decided not to use smartphones anymore. You know, keep my head clearer and all that. I think you just got tired of breaking them. You were always so clumsy. Your screen was always cracked. You were always thinking a lot while your hands were doing something stupid. As I said, ruthless. And is Dakota good? You two still gal pals? Oof. We are very good gal pals. That's good. You aren't practical. You're a mess, girl. You need someone close to take care of you. Pfft, come on, said the guy who still lives with his mom. Yep, we're the same. That's how I know. He says that with such an innocent smile and so much conviction. I feel thoroughly owned. No use fighting back. Switching to sincerity mode. It's just that... Don't tell her this, but I'm not sure if we're making each other happy. And that worries me, like, a lot. You know? That's because you're being stupid. Hey, I'm being honest now. Don't be mean. I didn't say you're stupid, but that you're being stupid. There's a difference. I guess that's something your mom says all the time, huh? Well, when you're in your head for too long, you always trip over a glass of water or break your phone. That's when they call you stupid. But you argue or when you joke? That's good. That's progress. You're a philosopher now? Shit, Charles. I read. A lot. Probably more than you do. Probably, yeah. I'm lazy as hell. I just pick the pages that look interesting. Are you still a journalist? Me? No. They fired me. Good. Good? Seriously? Yeah. Mom reads Lodestar sometimes. She says it's trash. I'm happy you're not trash. Thank you. That means a lot. And, how's Karma Circle? You still working there? No. They fired me. Oh. Devilishly. I don't know. I kind of want to be that, like, that sarcastic back with a smile, but I'm not sure how that... I don't know how that would interpret. Because of the virus? Don't know. There's a new boss. A stupid guy. Doesn't like me. I hope you didn't call him stupid to his face. He throws me an impish side glance and moves his eyebrows up and down with comedic timing. But I did. I snored uncontrollably. Shit, Charlie. You're unbelievable. How's your mom? She's sick and doesn't want me to come by her room. She sent me out to the pharmacy to get her medicine, you know? Fuck. I hope it's not serious. It's stupid. We have to take care of each other, but we can't even see each other, you know? Now I feel like trash for wanting to complain about my own troubles. You doing good? Yes. I'm strong. He poses like a macho man. I laugh. You stay strong too, Julia, and write something from time to time. No promises. Hey, if I'm forced to be an asshole to Dakota and we stop being gal pals, will you forgive me? Let me think. An exaggerated thinker pose. I swear, this dude. No. Then he turns away and disappears into the night. I swear, I don't know how to handle this guy. He always has to have the final word. Even against a vampire. That's probably why I still respect him so much. Oh well. Time to follow suit and make myself scarce. Alright, I gotta say, like, that is one of the best interpretations I have ever seen. In that regard. So, props to the writers. Like, that was good. Top notch. The time comes for me to meet up with Qadir, and hopefully D'Angelo too. The last position on my list. This better be good.
And that is D'Angelo's agency.
Looks like a dump. Bleh.
Perfect for the clan of the hidden.
I thought he wasn't hidden. I thought he was missing, and to be honest, I kind of expected the worst. Why would he look for him in the most obvious place?
I've been asking around, and I've got a hunch. Just trust it and start looking.
Fine. Who is D'Angelo anyway?
He's a good man, a useful man. But took me time to get used to him. He takes sleuthing very, very seriously. His thing is acting like a idiosyncratic noir detective. I heard it helps him cope with something, but I never felt comfortable tackling the subject.
Doesn't sound too quirky by this city's standards. Wait, what is that? There's a rat on the floor, frozen in an unnatural position. Weird shit. Examine. Despite my disgust, I pick the rodent up.
Now, that's what being an investigator is all about. Leave no stone unturned.
Shut up. This is so gross.
What have you found out?
I take a close, hard look at the rat. It's alive, but from what I see, he's just stretching out and grinding his teeth without a care in the world.
That's called bruxing.
What?
When a rat chatters its teeth, that's bruxing. He's not acting panicked or aggressive, so I guess he's just happy.
I look at its face. I don't know, his eyes keep coming out of the socket and going back in. It looks disgusting. Like he's in a lot of pain.
So he's boggling. He must be really content.
How does he know so much about... Never mind. I'm getting an eerie feeling. This is weird, man. I have a feeling there's a kindred hiding nearby weird.
My thoughts exactly.
Qadir slowly approaches a secluded corner of the room.
And there it is.
He kicks a pile of clothes lying on the floor.
I'm just a corpse. Leave me alone. Lucky for you, we're all corpses here, D'Angelo. You're among friends.
Clumsily, drunkenly, the pile of clothes transforms into an unkempt man who looks like he's suffering from some sort of skin disease.
You know, a true friend would just bury me. Unlucky for you, we're not that kind of friends. Lucky, unlucky, schmucky, my ass. How did you guess I was here? See, I've been asking around for the past few days. What I've learned is that, for reasons that can be best described as nebulous, you've made quite a few enemies since last year. Yeah, tell me something I don't know. And one thing that caught my interest is how everyone has it on good authority that your place was raided. A few times without you being found, yet nobody's assumed responsibility for these acts. Hell, doesn't this then always look like it was just raided? Can't blame anyone for making an uneducated assumption. I had a hunch these might be more than rumors. See, it sure looks like a convenient coincidence when everyone hears something that makes them look the other way. And coincidences are for fools. Well, you've got my number, and you can see my ugly mug right in front of you. So it's no use playing dumb, I suppose. Agreed. You've seriously spent all these weeks holed up in here? Is the hunger not getting to you? You've got a lot of critters around this area, and, we become chums. Some of these rats actually got addicted to the kiss. They come to me every night, asking like coke hounds, begging for it. Been getting them drunk just to get some rush out of feeding on them. It was a bit like slathering a horribly burned piece of pizza in ketchup, but in this situation, I'll take what I can get, you dig?
It's so gross, I fail to keep my poker face. He notices.
So, who's the dame?
Julia Sawinski, a detective investigating Baron Callahan's death.
He raises his head for a short while to stare in Qadir's eyes and treat him with a vulgar snicker.
Phooey. So, someone's finally put the old man on ice. Whoever did it did the world a huge favor.
Absolutely. But I got orders to establish who that was, and I've been stumbling in the dark for the past few days. We need your help.
I'll be damned. Your sleuth skills must really not be up to par if you're begging a bum for help.
It's an unusual case.
How so?
It's extremely political.
Nah, phooey. I asked, how is it unusual?
It feels like the game was rigged against me from the start. Like I'm just bumbling around and achieving nothing while everyone laughs behind my back.
Jeez, you sound hopeless, kiddo. Haven't you ever read a Chandler book? That's how it always is. Just do your best. Endure the embarrassment and hope that you stumble on the answer by accident.
He accidentally lets a metal flask in his hand slip out and fall to the floor, then struggles to pick it up. Qadir can't bear to watch.
God, what happened to you, Gianni? I've never seen you this low before.
It's stress-related disorders causing the disruption in my routine. Is that what I think a shrink would say? Happens when a lot of shady folks are out to put a stake through your chest.
Help us out. Tell us what you know and we might be able to help you in return.
Yeah, respect where it's due, miss, but I think it's gonna be the other way around. I ain't telling the two of you shit, pardon my French, until I know I can count on some protection.
Gianni.
Don't you Gianni me, Qadir al-Azmai. I know your level, but I also know about your honor as one of the few things you care about. You want me to endanger myself? You put it on the line for me. And that's that. You either promise to extend your protection to me, or the moment you step away from here, I sneak away into the sewers, and that's the last time you'll ever see me.
Qadir shoots me a weary sideways glance. I know. He drives a hard bargain.
Especially for someone whose sense of self-worth does not exactly appear to be sky-high at the moment.
Maybe. But I do value my own life quite a lot, thank you very much. Friends.
Qadir sighs.
Alright, but 3 months from now, or the moment Prince Panhard tells me it's no longer possible for the court to offer you safety without compromising its principles, you're on your own. No negotiations. That's the only deal I can strike with you. Take it or leave it.
D'Angelo scratches his head and grunts loudly. Tugs on his mask and stands up.
That's Jake with me, big fella. I might have strong opinions about Panhard, but hell, I'm sitting on dynamite. I'll take what I can get.
Who else in New York would you rather rely on? You want me to call the mayor?
My opinions about the prince aren't that bad. So, what do you good folks want from me?
Who wants you dead?
Starting the interrogation with a tricky one. Wouldn't I like to know?
Step up, Gianni. You seem to be forgetting how quid pro quo works. Wouldn't I like to know won't cut it.
What can I tell you? That warlock, Agathion or whatever his name is, presumed dead. Tamika, MIA, with SI on her back, so possibly KIA by now. Hope the cook, hidden in her office, under Vadden Waden's skirt. Around the time they started having trouble, some rough-looking streetwise kindred started hanging out in my usual spots. Didn't take me long to connect the dots.
Wait, what's the connection between you and those three?
Ever since last year, folks started hiring us for various gigs. Some even trying to get us to join their coteries. All of these opportunities were rather short-lived. However, the delicate tightrope act of working for various employers makes us fully aware there's an intrasect alliance in NYC. Kindred from both sides often work for the same goals without knowing it. The moment we started figuring it all out, a cleanup crew went downtown. I know the serious warlock boy sniffed something out in his own backyard, but then, poof, he disappeared. Then I lost all contact with Hope and Tamika and went AWOL. Hope they're doing fine, and they didn't snitch on me to anybody.
They are. And they didn't even tell me you guys knew each other, so I think you're safe.
Huh. Ian, wait a second. Why were you milking them for intel, kiddo?
I found a list of 4 names on Callahan's remains. You can probably guess what they were.
Yeah, I get the picture, yeah. Christ almighty.
I heard it was just a list of freelancers, potential associates, probably prepared by Carter Vanderweyden.
My money is on him being involved, but I smell bullshit. Have you ever got any idea who might have done the boss in? Any more clues?
None at all. That's where we want you to come in, friend. Investigate the murder scene, the only way you know how. Tell us what you think. Guide Julia in the proper direction.
D'Angelo sizes me up, scratching his head.
Sure, whatever. I'll try my best, kiddo. Lead the way.
I'll drive you there, or at least as close as possible. I wouldn't be welcome that deep in Anarch territory. Just clean yourself up a bit, Gianni. I just had my upholstery cleaned earlier this week.
And we're in the car with Qadir and D'Angelo. I smell a sitcom between these two. But this seems like a perfect place to go ahead and end the episode, guys. I was waiting for D'Angelo. D'Angelo is one of my favorite characters from the Coteries game. And looks like we'll be investigating the murder site with him. So we'll go ahead and see what happens. If y'all liked the episode, please leave a like down below. Subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, that'd be a big help. And we'll see you next time. Later days, everyone.